I don't think there'll be success. I don't think we'll have much future if the churches don't engage and address this issue, address these kids. You know, people want to phrase it as an issue, but the reality is these are living, breathing human beings that have been created in God's image, and He loves them. I think, first of all, it's an issue of awareness. I think a lot of people don't even realize that there are many kids in the state of Oklahoma that don't have families to call their own. So I think the first issue is just raising the awareness of that. I think, secondly, there are just so many different ways that the church can engage. They can engage by being a respite family. They could be a mentor. They could bring a meal over to a family that's just gotten kids placed in their family. They can maybe take the kids for the weekend and spend some time with them. They can help clothe the children. You know, there's just so many different ways that families can become involved. I think it's paramount that the churches surround not only the kids, but the families that are going to adopt these kids, because it's a rough road. It's not an easy road. Parenting isn't easy, and it's especially difficult when you're thinking about adding a child to your life at 14 who's had a history of a lot of trauma, who may have been sexually or emotionally abused. And so having friends, having mentors, having pastors, having life groups that can just surround and help support families through that journey, I think is going to be really important. Deaconess was founded on December 31st, 1900. We were originally known as the Oklahoma Rescue Home, where we would just rescue women that were experiencing an unplanned pregnancy. Throughout our history, we kind of evolved into an adoption agency. And so for the last 113 years, we've been working with women in unplanned pregnancy and helping locate homes for children that need families. You know, I think one of the things that people don't realize is that the numbers with DHS, they change daily. The number of kids with the goal of adoption, it might be different today than it is tomorrow. You know, typically there are between 1,900 and 2,000 children that have the goal of adoption, and of those, between 300 and 350 of those don't have an identified family. So that's the number. Those are the kids that we're going after, the 300 to 350 that right now really just need a family and just feel like maybe God's forgotten them. Typically they age out of between 18 and 21 is usually the time they age out of the system. Many times kids run away from foster care at age 18, even though there are services available for them up till the age of 21, but oftentimes they're done, they have their freedom, and they don't realize at that stage in their lives how important it is to have stability and have a place to call their own. And so oftentimes these kids that are aging out of the system, they're homeless, they're not educated, they don't have a place to go, and so it's really a pretty dim future for a lot of our kids that are aging out of the system. And so that's why we really feel committed to try to find an identified family for these kids to give them a hope and a future. I think the best part of my job is just getting to be the hands of God and getting to be able to watch a family be created. It's just so incredible when God brings two really, truly, true strangers together and He creates a family. I think the hardest thing is just taking that first step, whether that make a phone call, whether that means attend an informational meeting, whether that means go talk to a professional a little bit more about it, but just engage, just take that first step and just follow your heart and follow what God's going to do, He's leading you to do. And so I just want to encourage families just to trust Him and to just have a heart of courage and have a heart of faith and just trust God, because He's never going to leave them or forsake them, and He's going to bring them so much joy that they can't even begin to imagine it.